Hey, I'm Jonathan Kershaw, PTC student.
And I'm Aaron Briggs, editor of the Technocrat, also a PTC student.
And this is a sort of initial run of the Technocrat's new format of bringing you news. We're going to try to bring you an online video at least once a month.
This first video is about the Occupy Wall Street movement and how it's come to Butte.
So enjoy the show.
If you pay attention to unconventional news sources, you may have heard about the Occupy Wall Street movement. What started as a simple public space occupation in New York City to protest corporate greed and economic irresponsibility has multiplied 100-fold in the Big Apple and everywhere else.
The feeling of outrage, a sentiment which has reached its peak in America.
Online videos portraying police brutality have gone viral and escalated the conflict even further. Even the famous hacker group Anonymous has weighed in on the movement and deemed it necessary to participate.
Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy
2 weeks ago, dozens of citizens, including veterans, students, and teachers, camped out on the Missoula Courthouse lawn, planning to stay there a minimum of 30 days. Now, the movement has spread to Butte, where the people are used to desperation and fighting back.
I think that Butte is kind of an ideal location for that type of movement because, you know, basically we have risen up basically out of ashes. You know, we've been the phoenix.
Before going on the march, dozens of Butte citizens congregated at the Phoenix Building on the 12th to discuss exactly how the city has been affected by the economic downturn and how they plan to demonstrate. Following the example of the Occupy Wall Street protests, they decided all demonstrations in Butte would be nonviolent and completely legal. Their message simply states their status as the 99% being downtrodden by the 1%.
What we're witnessing at the beginning of New York with Occupy Wall Street was how free we actually are. That started out as a very peaceful demonstration of people just walking down the street.
I think that every human being born deserves human dignity, and we are not receiving that from our workers. We're not receiving that from bosses. We are not receiving it from the government. We are not receiving it from the people that we elected into office.
We are not a political movement. We welcome everybody who wants their voices heard, who believes that the legacy that their children will inherit is going to be joblessness, poverty, an environment that is wretched and hopeless.
Jana Mackin, one of the founding members of Butte's Occupy movement, is a widow of Jim Mackin, a member of the Montana Tech faculty that recently passed away. Now Jana finds solace and strength in Occupy Butte.
And he always believed in the importance of community, and his book title kind of references what this is about. It was called Community Over Chaos. And that's how I feel about this movement.
3 days later, about 60 members of Occupy Butte flooded the parking lot of the Butte Plaza Mall and marched along Harrison Avenue to the interstate interchange, clustering around the infamous Welcome to Butte sign to make their voices heard.
Our country's broken, our government's broken, our Congress has been purchased by Wall Street, and they're not really working for us anymore.
Who are we? The 99%!
They're working for whoever gives them the most money.
They even resolved to make their picket signs from recycled materials to avoid giving more money to corporations.
I'm here because I'm concerned about our country. I'm concerned about the money that is flowing into D.C. inside 495, the Beltway, that is influencing votes. I may vote, but it doesn't count for anything because the people who have lots of money are buying votes, and I don't like that.
The economy is an economy in which people who have accounts in banks own the bank.
Afterwards, they marched back along the highway to Wells Fargo Community Bank, then back to the mall, accompanied by the supporting honks and cheers of passing motorists. Occupy Missoula and Occupy Billings grew to over 300 members, each after only a few weeks, so there's no doubt in the minds of Occupy Butte demonstrators that they will achieve the same status and grow even further.
After today, I think everyone that joins will just multiply, and every person that waves to us today or flips us off has at least got an awareness, and that's what it's about.
For the Technocrat, I'm Aaron Briggs.